and polyhydroxy acetal as well as polyhydroxyketal. What do you mean by the polyhydroxyaldehyde? When the words polyhydroxyaldehyde comes, means poly means many, hydroxy means OH. There are many OH group in the structure of carbohydrates along with the aldehydic or ketonic as the functional group. When we talk about the aldehydic functional group, means CHO group, carbon double bond and H atom. CHO group represent aldehydic group, while C double bond OH is the ketonic group specific characters. So if we consider aldehyde, this means CHO group should be there in the structure of carbohydrates. And when we talk about the ketonic group, means carbon double bond should be present in the structure. So in carbohydrate structure, we have lot of OH group in the form of chain, and also aldehydic or ketonic functional group are present. There are general formula for the carbohydrates. CH2ON means the compound that will satisfy the formula is carbohydrate. However, there are certain exceptions like acetic acid, lactic acids, because they generally do not satisfy the formula, but still they are classified as the carbohydrate. However, there are still exceptions of some compounds that have the same formula, CH2ON, but they are not carbohydrate like raminohexose, deoxyribose. So there are some exceptions. Generally, sugar is the term applied for carbohydrates. All the sugar are carbohydrate, but it is not necessary that all the carbohydrates are sugar. Okay, when you hear the word about the sugar, this means that it is carbohydrate, but it is not necessary all the carbohydrates are sugar, because we have cellulose, hemicellulose, they are not sweet in the taste, but they are the carbohydrates. So always remember, all the sugars are carbohydrates, but not all the carbohydrates are the sugar. Carbohydrates are obtained from various sources, like they can be obtained from the cereals. Cereals are the most important source of carbohydrate. They can also be obtained from the rooty vegetables. They can be obtained from the sugar cane, sugar beet, etc. Ideally, 60 to 70% of the total calories should be come from the carbohydrates. So when you hear the word carbohydrates, means organic compounds made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. They can be described by various names like carbohydrates of carbon, polyhydroxyaldehyde, polyhydroxyketone, polyhydroxyhemiacetal or the ketals. General formula CH2ON. Some exceptions are there. All the sugar are carbohydrate, but not all the carbohydrates are the sugar. How much amount of energy should be come from the carbohydrate? It is 60 to 70% of total calorie requirement. Sir, I request you, please switch on to the next slide. Uh, there are some functions of carbohydrate. I think Dr. Dinkar has explained about it very well. We will not waste time in this slide. Sir, kindly switch on to the next slide. So now comes to the classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates can be classified into three major groups: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and the polysaccharides. What do you mean by monosaccharides? Mono means single. So monosaccharides are made up of single sugar unit. We can also call them as simple sugar. Monosaccharides consist of a single polyhydroxyaldehyde or the ketonic unit, and they serve as the building block of the complex sugar and the polysaccharides. So when you hear the word about the monosaccharides, this means they are the simple sugar made up of a single sugar unit. Having in this single sugar unit, they have aldehydic or the ketonic group in their structure, and also many OH and the H group as the side chains. Okay. Now come to the oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides is the second type of carbohydrates. Oligo means 2 to 10 monosaccharides unit. As I have explained earlier, monosaccharides having single sugar unit, while the oligosaccharides have 2 to 10 sugar unit in their structure. Okay, and these sugar unit are linked by glycosidic linkage. We will cover each term like glycosidic linkage, what is oligosaccharides in next slides. First, only definition we have to cover in this slide. So, oligo means 2 to 10 sugar units should be there that are linked by the glycosidic linkage. Now come to the third important type of monosaccharides, sorry, carbohydrate. This is the polysaccharides. Poly means, as the word describe, many. Poly means they are made of generally 100 to 1000 sugar unit. So polysaccharides are the carbohydrates made up of 100 to 1000 sugar unit, and these sugar unit can be linear or can be branch. They can be arranged in a linear way and linked together by the glycosidic bond, and they can also be arranged in a branch manner and linked by the glycosidic linkage. Okay, so three type are there. Mono means they are made up of single sugar unit. Oligo means they are made up of 2 to 10 sugar unit. And polysaccharides means many sugar unit. They may be typically range from 100 to 1000. Okay. Sir, next slide.
Yeah.
Now, let's cover the monosaccharides in detail. As I have explained earlier, monosaccharides are the simple carbohydrates. They are made up of single sugar unit. So, monosaccharides are the simple sugar containing short chain of sugar carbon atom with one aldehydic or the ketonic group. Each of the remaining carbon atom bearing a hydroxyl means OH group. So monosaccharides, I have explained it earlier also. If we have to describe what is monosaccharides, so you can simply say that they are consist of a chain of carbon atom, means they have three carbon atom, four carbon atom, 5 6 in their structure. Like glucose, if we consider the example of glucose is a 6 carbon containing compound. So monosaccharides are the carbon containing compounds. The carbon unit is linked, carbon unit, they have a chain of carbon units. Okay, this chain has first carbon atom number 1 pe, they have a chain of carbon atom, and at carbon atom number 1 they have the aldehydic group, CHO group. Carbon number 2, they have OH group on the one side and hydrogen atom on the other side. Similarly, on the carbon number 3 4 5 and on the last carbon atom, they have the alcoholic group. So I will explain about the structure in the next slides. You can see in this slide what is aldehyde. Aldehydic group is represented by the formula CHO, where carbon is attached with the oxygen through double bond, and one side it is attached with the hydrogen atom, and on the other side it is attached with the alkyl group, because carbon have the tendency to attach with the four sides. So aldehydic group have the formula CHO, while the ketonic group has the formula carbon double bond O, and one side is attached with the R means alkyl or aryl group, other side is also attached with the alkyl or the aryl group. So monosaccharides can be classified based on the functional group as well as on the number of carbon atom. We can classify them on the basis of functional group, whether the monosaccharides have aldehyde or the ketonic as the functional group. If a monosaccharides have aldehyde as the functional group, aldehyde group means CHO group. If a monosaccharides have CHO group in their structure, then it is known as the aldose. Okay, aldose means aldose are the monosaccharides having aldehydic group in their structure. What is ketose? Ketose are the monosaccharides having ketonic group in their structure. Ketonic group means C double bond O should be there. Okay, when CHO group in their structure, they are known as the aldose, and when they have the ketonic group, carbon double bond O, then they are known as the ketose. So we can classify them on the basis of functional group as the aldose and the ketose. Now come to the classification of monosaccharides based on the number of carbon atom. We can also classify monosaccharides based on the number of carbon atom. Like if a monosaccharides having 3 carbon atom in their structure, then they are known as the trioses. If a monosaccharides have 4 carbon atom in their structure, then they are known as the tetroses. 5 carbon atom, pentoses. 6 carbon atom means hexoses, and 7 carbon atom means heptoses. So monosaccharides should be clear in your mind. Simple sugar hai. They are made up of single chain of carbon atom having aldehydic or ketonic group in their structure. Monosaccharides can be classified based on 2 criteria. They can be classified on the basis of functional group. Functional group means they can be aldose and the ketose. Monosaccharides can also be classified based on the number of carbon atom, and based on the number of carbon atom, they are known as the triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, heptose, so on. Now come to the next slide. So classification of monosaccharides with selected example. As I have explained in the previous slides, we can classify monosaccharides based on the number of carbon atom. So if there are 3 carbon atom, they are known as the trioses. Formula for the trioses is C3H6 and O3. Trioses are further classified as the aldose and the ketose. Means those monosaccharides which are triose, but they can be aldehydic functional group or they can be ketonic functional group in their structure. Suppose a trioses is there, and if in the structure of trioses we have aldehydic as the functional group, so they are known as the trioaldose. Trioaldose. If they have the ketonic functional group, they can known as the ketotriose. So what are the example of aldotriose? Glyceraldehyde is the example of aldotriose. Aldotriose means the monosaccharides having 3 carbon atom plus aldehydic group as the functional group, CHO group as the functional group. Okay. And what is the example of ketose? Ketose means we can simply say that ketotriose. Ketotriose means the monosaccharides which are triose but also have a ketonic group in their structure. Ketonic group means carbon double bond should be there in their structure. So similarly, the example of triose are the glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde is the example of aldotriose, while triose में ही we can consider ketotriose. Ketotriose example is the dihydroxyacetone. Now come to the tetrose. Tetrose are the monosaccharides having 4 carbon atom in their structure. We can also further divide them as the aldotetrose and ketotetrose. What are the example of aldotetrose? Erythrose. And what are the example of ketotetrose? Erythrulose. Now come to the pentoses. Pentoses are the monosaccharides having 5 carbon atom in their structure. We can further divide them as the aldopentose and ketopentose. What are the example of aldopentose? Ribose. What are the example of ketopentose? Ribulose. Now come to the hexose. Hexose means the monosaccharides having 6 carbon atom in their structure. And hexose are the most common form of monosaccharides available in the nature. For example, glucose. Glucose is the hexose. It is a aldohexose, means glucose have aldehydic group as the functional group. That's why we are calling it as aldohexosis. So we have also ketohexosis. Ketohexosis means the monosaccharides having 6 carbon atom plus ketonic group carbon double bond O in their structure. Example are the fructose. Now come to the heptosis. Heptosis are the monosaccharides having 7 carbon atom in their structure, and we can similarly divide them as the aldoheptosis and the ketoheptosis. Example of aldoheptosis are the glucoheptosis, and ketoheptosis examples are the pseudoheptulose. Now comes to the next slide. So there are some structure of monosaccharides. As I have explained, we can classify monosaccharides on the basis of number of carbon atom and also on the basis of functional group. So here are the example of aldo monosaccharides, means the monosaccharides having aldehyde group in their structure, and we can classify them on the 3 carbon atom, 4 carbon atom, 5, 6. If a monosaccharides having 3 carbon atom plus aldehyde functional group, then it is known as the aldotriose. You can see the structure of aldotriose. Aldotriose are the monosaccharides having aldehyde functional group plus 3 carbon atom. So you can see the structure of D-glyceraldehyde. It have 3 carbon atom plus CHO group, carbon double bond O, and H group at carbon number 1 position. So when we have C double bond OH, so this is the identification of aldehydic functional group and 3 carbon atoms. Carbon atom number 1 have functional group always in their structure. Second carbon atom has OH group on one side and hydrogen atom is another side. And on the last carbon atom, we have CH2OH group. So it is the structure of D-glyceraldehydes. D-glyceraldehyde you have 3 carbon atom plus aldehydic functional group. Now come to the aldotetrosis. Aldotetrosis means the monosaccharides having aldehydic group, CHO group plus 4 carbon atom in their structure. Examples are D-erythrose and D-thyrose. Similarly, we have aldopentosis. Aldopentosis means the monosaccharides having aldehyde functional group plus 5 carbon atom in their structure. You can see similarity in all these, whether it is aldotetrosis, aldotriosis or aldopentosis. They all have CHO group in their structure, and this CHO group is always present at position number 1 in their structure. Okay. Now, similarly, we have aldohexosis. Aldohexosis are the monosaccharides having aldehydic group in their structure, CHO group plus 6 carbon atom. So, examples are there. Aldohexosis, most common example is D-glucose. Okay. So, you have to remember this structure. Please try to draw by yourself in your notebook. Then only you can remember the structure. But always note down that they have CHO group. When we are talking about the aldotriosis, means they have the aldehydic CHO group at carbon number 1. Come to the next slide. Here is the structure of monosaccharides, which are the ketotriose, ketotetrose, ketopentose, ketohexose. Similarly, ketotriose means the monosaccharides having ketonic group, carbon double bond O group in their structure, and 3 carbon atom total there. So what are the example of ketotriose? Dihydroxyacetone. Dihydroxyacetone is the example of ketotriose, means they have the ketonic group in their structure plus 3 carbon atom in their structure. Ketonic group identification is the carbon double bond O. Similarly, we have seen in the previous slide that CHO group are present in the aldotriosis, and this CHO group is present at the carbon number 1 position, while this ketonic group in the structure of monosaccharides always present at carbon number 2 position. Okay. So this ketonic group is present at the carbon number 2 position. So some example of the ketotriose, ketotetrose, ketopentose and ketohexose are shown there. Dihydroxyacetone is the example of ketotriose, and ketopentose example is the D-xylulose. Similarly, we have D-ribulose, and ketohexose examples are the D-fructose, and ketoacidoheptulose examples are also there. Now come to the next slide. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we have specific time for the class.
Yeah. Time is over, ma'am, actually.
Okay, so shall we continue it in tomorrow lecture?
Yeah, ma'am. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
okay,
so much.
okay,
And
sir. Thank you.
you can leave the meeting.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you. So, people,
Sir.
have you
Sir.
okay? Have you understood all the things?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
that is
sir.
specifically
Yes, sir.
carbohydrate are the hydrate of carbon and this water hydrate, carbohydrate. Okay. So this is very simple thing. Actually, we are going for a basic concept related to the carbohydrate because some of the person from the agriculture background. That's why we are taking it from the basic of the carbohydrate. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
that is we already discussed it, what is carbohydrate and what are the exception for the general formula, what are the different carbohydrates, functions of carbohydrate. We already discussed this things, that is classification of carbohydrate, that is monosaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharide. Monosaccharide means simple sugar consisting of single unit of the polyhydroxy and keto unit. Also another that is oligosaccharides, that is 2 to 10 monosaccharide are there joined by the glycosidic bond, glycoside bond linkage. Okay. And polysaccharide contains many monosaccharide unit. We already discussed the example, that is starch. Someone say starch is also simple sugar. So starch is a carbohydrate. Okay. Cellulose, hemicellulose are the carbohydrate because that carbohydrate having a number of monosaccharides is there from 100 to 5,000. That means research are going on this thing, that is more monosaccharide unit are attached with the this glycosidic linkage, and that monosaccharide attached with the glycosidic linkage, many monosaccharides that called as a polysaccharide, and they may be uh, linear length, means straight chain is there, that are called as a linear polysaccharide. And some of the polysaccharide are branch chain one. They some another group of the monosaccharides are joined by the in branch like these things. Okay. That called as a branched polysaccharides one. Okay. So another this is the monosaccharide, already madam discussed these things, that is monosaccharide is composed of the aldehydic and ketonic group. If the aldehydic group is there, that called as the aldoses, and if ketonic group is there, ketoses or keto sugars like these things. Some of the peoples are planning diet plans. They take the keto foods like these things. You heard about this thing?
Yes, sir.
Keto diets. Okay. So this is the classification based upon the functional group. Those are the two functional group present in the monosaccharide, that is aldose, and another is the ketoses. Aldose means C double one O or H. Okay, this is CHO. And another side, ketosis means C double bond O. This is the basic functional group present in the carbohydrate, and based upon this functional group, carbohydrate is classified into two forms, aldoses and ketosis. And another thing we already discussed, the carbohydrate contains carbon atoms, and based upon these carbon atoms, carbohydrate monosaccharide classified or described as trioses. Trioses means that is having three carbon atoms. Okay, tetroses, four carbon atom, pentoses, five, six, hexoses. We are already well known, that is well known monosaccharide,
Glucose.
glucose.
Glucose, fructose.
Yeah, glucose and fructose are the well known hexoses, that is having six carbon atom. Okay, so this is classification based upon the number of carbon atom present in the monosaccharide. Then another, this is already discussed by the madam, that is a ketones and aldose, that is also present in the monosaccharide. That means trioses, aldo ketoses, like these things. Okay, and this structure is already discussed by the madam, that is in This is all related to the aldoketosis, aldotetrosis. That means all sugar having aldehyde group that are classified as aldotetrosis, named as aldotetrosis. Uh, that is aldo placed before the number of carbon atom. That is pentose means 5 carbon atom sugar, and aldopentose means there is aldehyde group plus 5 carbon atom is there. Okay, so this is also structure of monosaccharide that is specifically related to ketose group. That is ketose group present in the second carbon unit, and here the that is aldose group present at the first carbon atom. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will share this presentation with you after completion of the classes. That means completion of the syllabus. I will share this presentation with you people, and something you are talking about the midterm examination. When midterm examination will be started?
19th, sir.
19th. Okay. We will cover major part for the midterm examination from the carbohydrate only, and I will share the presentation of carbohydrate to you people. You just prepare this. Okay. This is very simple one. And specifically agriculture people, if you don't understand something, please let me know. We will discuss those things in a brief. Okay.
Okay, sir.
If I am not able to teach you like this thing, that maybe we will improve ourselves, and we will take the help from other people also.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
but
Thank you, sir.
it is very important to give the feedback as well as ask the questions, ask the doubt that will help to clear the doubts. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think time is over. I take your break time 10 to 15 minutes there. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
you can leave. Okay,
Thank you,
you can leave. Okay.
Sir, I've shared you the attendance.
Yeah. I got that attendance. I will mark. Those are the present people or absent people?
Sir, everyone present, all present.
Okay, only 9 people.
Yeah, rest all did not withdraw their admissions, so you will get their numbers as well on the portal.
Okay, okay.
So numbers I have shared is present is.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.